Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought what I would do would be open this Carnegie Hall Library of Classical Music box. This was, I think, produced on a subscription basis for American Express card holders back in the mid to late 1970s. They produced this series, and I don't know exactly how many were in it, but it was quite a few. I have 8 of them. My understanding is if you're an American Express card holder and you subscribed to the series, then once a month you would get a new box set, and it covers a range of classical composers that probably go back to the Baroque. I know it has, I have the ones for Beethoven, Bach, Handel, Haydn. There's even, it comes up to the more modern era, or modern for the time, I guess, with Frédéric Chopin. So this one has never been opened. It's been in my collection probably for 10 years. Lately I've gotten very interested in keenly interested in classical music. And this one is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's Mozart. And it's got the dates of 1756 to 1791. So Mozart died in 1791, so this goes to the end of his life. I think this box set has been sealed longer than Mozart even lived. So for those not really familiar with him, obviously back in the late 80s there was a film called Amadeus that was quite popular. Sort of detailed some of the life of Mozart, but I think that they probably took some artistic liberties with it. Mozart died a fairly unpleasant death when he was 35 years old. Apparently it's been speculation that he was murdered, poisoned. Some people have, and doctors have over the years have looked at the evidence and the writings that described his illness in the last 15 days of his life when he was exceedingly ill, and the condition that he was suffering from, and have come up with a range of theories as to what might have caused it, but we'll never know, because he was buried in a common grave along with all the other people who had died. Apparently the law in Vienna back in those days, or in Austria back in those days, was that you couldn't have fancy funerals. They were trying to save space in graveyards, and so the exact location of where Mozart his remains would lie, no one even really knows that. So there's a variety of theories on it, and they're quite interesting. Someone did a blog on a website called The Discordant Death of Mozart. I will post a copy to that link below in the description if you have an interest in knowing something about him, and particularly in the later part of his life. There's a lot of very, very interesting information about Mozart, things I certainly did not know, and I'm glad to know now. So let's get into it and see what this looks like. Probably don't really need a knife. This is kind of coming apart all over the place, but we'll do it anyway. Set that down. All right, we'll dispose of that. So the set is in good condition. I mean, obviously it's been sitting in the shrink wrap all these years. I'm very excited about this because in the other box sets that I have, whomever it was that owned them, I'm suspecting he only played them maybe once, twice at the most, because they're all in just pristine condition. So this one is brand new. All right, let's open it up and see what we have inside. So just like the other ones, it's a 5 set. It says Mozart. It's got Record 1, Requiem, 2 to 4 is the Magic Flute Complete, Record 5, Symphony number 40, and Symphony number 41. And there's always this enclosure, which is going to be sort of like liner notes, and it's going to give a description of the music that's contained in the set, and then go on to discuss things about him, about these particular works that he did, and I guess how he was commissioned to write them, or what was the motivation behind composing them. And it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. He was a prodigy as a child. Probably one of the most talented composers of all time, and that says a lot because there have been some terrific composers over these years. And then this, the last page is the artists. And so you can see just from the photographs that this is aged. It's been around for quite some time. So let's set that aside and let's take a look at what's in here. So this is the very first one. It comes with an outer sleeve, and then inside of it, this one's got Philips stereo. It's what you would expect. It's pristine vinyl, absolutely pristine vinyl. It's hard to tell just by looking at it, but I'm certain it's absolutely flat. What I normally do when I open new records, new albums, is I put them on the turntable just to spin them and make certain that they're flat. Anything that's got big warps in it, and it was a new purchase, I send back, but there's nowhere to send it, at any rate. So this is disc 1, and then on to number 2. Oh, it's wrong way. So this is on the Deutsche Grammophon label. I've seen that on many of these. Again, just perfect, absolutely perfect. And I know from some of the other parts of this box set and some of the other releases that the quality of the recordings is exceedingly good. So these are all probably what I'll do is put them on my VPI 16.5 record cleaner and probably just give them a quick wash. They've been sitting in this for all these years. Even though they look good, I'm sure they could probably do with a cleaning, and they will get it. That's disc 2. Let's see. This one's 3. Another Deutsche Grammophon. The Magic Flute. This is side 5. Magic Flute. There's a couple of little dust spots on them. Comes right off. Very good condition. Very pleased to have finally gotten around to opening this box set. This is going to sit right in here in this room, and after I give them a good cleaning, I'm going to play all of them. Today is Sunday, June the 10th, I believe, 2022. And what I had intended, I wanted to do was kind of do a tour of the room and the equipment, but I have some artwork that's on order and it hasn't arrived yet, and I just really want to wait until that comes in and I can get the rest of this room finished. All right, so more Magic Flute, Deutsche Grammophon. I'm going to skip through a lot of that. And it's odd because in this particular case, there is not a letter in here. And again, Deutsche Grammophon. This is Symphony number 40 in G minor. In some of the other ones, inside of the box, there had been like a cover letter from some vice president of American Express saying, welcome to the series and all kinds of stuff like that. Really good, glad to hear. This one didn't have it. Anyway, box set is in great condition. Really looking forward to getting into this. I'll post some impressions of it maybe. I'll do a video of it. Don't forget down below in the description, I'll have that the link to that blog on Mozart stuff. You should look at it if you have an interest in him, an interest in classical music. It's well worth the read. Not terribly long. Takes about 15 minutes to go through it. So that's it. There it is. Carnegie Hall Library of Classical Music. Mozart, 1756 to 1791, right there. And I will be posting some impressions of this down the road. All right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. leave some comments below if you have any insights, particularly if you have any ideas on Mozart's demise. I'd love to hear it. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories about his death, and so it'd be interesting to see your thoughts. Thank you very much. Wish you peace in the world wherever you are. Until next time.